Hello and welcome to the Corner Flag, a weekly football podcast that has just lost to Arsenal. Yes, I know. Fuck it. Fuck it. Today is a special episode, or tonight if you're listening to this in the night. I don't know when you guys listen to this shit. But it's special because we don't have Mukesh in the studio this time. We have Sriraam Padmanabhan filling in for him. Sriraam, say hello to our listeners.
Hi guys. I can still be Mukesh, bit humble and just.
I don't know why you've got your weird sex voice on. Like, I don't know why you're whispering.
Who knew my sex voice is Mukesh? That explains so much now.
But yes. So we have Sriraam and
Hi.
today is again. It's just God. I'm so fucking pissed off and sad and annoyed.
Why, Amog? Why are you pissed off and sad?
3 guesses.
I feel one guess would be that your vada pav hasn't come yet.
I don't know why Sriraam is talking like he's explaining the concept of words to like a 2-year-old audience. Like, this is a word. I am going to say a sentence.
Platform kramanka 4 kilo.
No man, Arsenal fucking beat us.
Yep.
2-0
Yep.
And it was just not our day. Did you watch the match?
I did.
What did you think?
I felt it was one of those defeats where you feel that you can't fault the team for it.
No, you can't. Yeah, we played really well. There were some absolutely beautiful bits of football that were played. Quick one-touch passing that really deserved a goal or 20 at the end of it. But it just wasn't our day. I mean, of all days, today is the day where Lukaku just decides to remember that he's Lukaku and he's been scoring really well and he just needs to balance the universe out.
Yeah.
But I think it's also karma. Because the bonus episode that we put out was something that I called Prashant and Mukesh in last minute because I just wanted to gloat about our victory over PSG. And and the universe goes on and does this to me.
Yep. Actually, the interesting you mentioned that because I do feel that there was some great passing in the final third, but except for the last killer ball.
Yeah.
I think United would have gotten behind the defense and probably scored a couple more.
Yeah, this wasn't our day. And of course, the defeat to Arsenal now sees us go into 5th place, or as Arsenal calls it, home.
Yes.
So I can't help it, man. I have to take some cheap shots at Arsenal. All right, it's all I have. My humor is all I have going for me right now.
That's true. I mean,
but
5th place, Everton calls it their greatest season ever, I think.
Yeah. Opening the scoring, of course, for Arsenal was Granit Xhaka, a midfielder known for his powerful shots from distance as well as winning maximum points on surname Scrabble. Like, Xhaka sounds less like a Swiss midfielder and more like a villain in a 90s Bollywood movie played by Amrish Puri.
He sounds less like a midfielder, more like a political party's wing.
A political party's?
A regional wing,
Yeah. Shaka Pramukh.
Yeah. Take granite to Shaka Kute Alas. That's the feeling that I get.
We are appealing to our Shiv Sena demographic in this podcast.
Because analytics says that most United fans are also Shiv Sena.
Yeah. You mean jobless? No, what? I didn't say that. You didn't hear that. We'll edit this out of the
There's
episode.
some third random guy butting in. Did you hear him, Amog? Like someone's pissing off the Shiv Sena in our podcast.
No, nobody heard that.
None
of that happened.
Yeah.
All of this will go away. But it was a good goal. All right. See, we know Xhaka's known for taking shots from distance. He's got a mean left foot, and that's what he did.
Yep.
And the swerve of the ball, it was really windy and rainy in London last night.
Yes.
And the swerve just completely bamboozled De Gea. But here's the thing. You don't see us complaining about the wind, do you, Jurgen Klopp?
I know people don't like when I say that, but the wind came from all directions, so you saw that in a lot of situations. Didn't help any football.
You don't hear that happening from us. We take the defeat.
But I do feel that Dyer could have done better. I don't know why.
I mean, you expect that from the world's best goalkeeper, yes. But on the day, I have to say, Bernd Leno played so well. Like, he was up for the game. He made some great saves.
Yeah.
And he kept them in the, like, if it was somebody else in Arsenal's goal, let's say even a legend like Petr Cech, we would have scored 3 goals easy. Like, there were 3 concrete chances that Leno kind of shut the door on
I
us
mean,
on.
if they were Almunia, then it would have been a repeat of the 8-2.
Oh God, if it was Almunia. Oh man. I think Arsenal fans treat Almunia as PTSD. They don't want to remember his name.
Yeah.
Uh,
I do feel though that it was just one of those days you could feel that it's not going to go United way.
Yeah,
United's
it was.
way, you know, like-
I mean, we had to lose at some point.
Yeah. It
We
was
had
so not United's day that I think you were half hoping Fellaini wasn't sold.
I pretty much so. You were mentioning something about Kolasinac puking in the game.
Yeah. Anyone
I did not catch that.
it seemed like he was puking in the middle of the game.
Okay.
Or it could just be the fact that, he plays for Arsenal.
Yeah, it's just the
Yeah,
thoughts just came to him and made him nauseous
Exactly.
on
I
the
mean,
day.
like he just, in retrospect, he saw the last 2 years at the club and just started to puke. And
What do you think about Ozil though? Because there's the whole thing about
Yeah.
Emery not really preferring Ozil, but he kept him. He got him into the team for this game. He played him in his natural position, which is in the hole.
Yeah.
And he had. I don't think he had much of an imprint on the game, but he played decently well. He didn't put too many feet wrong.
Yeah, he did put his feet wrong on a few times and then he was flagged offside. So that is one.
Yeah,
But
fair.
at least his full body was offside, unlike the chant which says that only his eyes are offside.
Yeah.
So that is one thing he had going. I feel he's obviously like deteriorated as a player. That's evident for everyone to see.
Right.
Because in the whole also, I don't think Arsenal had much of an attack. I don't think they created. It was a finely balanced game. Come to think of it, even Arsenal didn't do much in the final third. It was one long range effort and a freak penalty decision that made them score their goals.
What do you think about the penalty decision though? Like, do you think
Not
it was a penalty?
Not a penalty. at all.
Diving little shit. Fucking Lacazette. Like,
Yeah.
उसको एक ऐसे टिचकी मारा वो गिर गया था. Like that was just so.
Yeah.
It was so frustrating.
It's like, but it's one of those where like if your team gets it, you're like, oh, what a smart player. He got a touch and he went down and played the referee, right? It's one of those which if
Yeah.
your team gets it, you'll be like, yeah, perfectly fine. You can go down. and get a
Fair.
touch.
Yeah.
So it's that. But again, like it's like there are so many decisions in this game that if there were VAR, then it wouldn't be called at all.
Fair. And you know that's actually interesting because the bar that I was watching the game at, there were a bunch of Arsenal fans there as well.
Huh.
And every time United asked for a foul and didn't get it,
Yeah.
and especially at the penalty call,
Yeah.
these guys were just saying, "There's no VAR to save you. There's no VAR to save you." Completely forgetting the fact that these supposed taunts mean that they also know Lacazette dived.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, you know, they're
Yeah.
essentially promoting a shitty behavior from their own team, from their own player in the efforts of taunting us. Like
Yeah.
Arsenal fans, man, can't get banter right,
That's-
can't get football right.
But I just like the thought of Arsenal fans in a bar where the bartender pours a beer. It's like, oh, that's a beautiful pour. I mean, that's how beer should be poured. You know, it's like the ideal way to pour beer. Only us in Barcelona know how to pour beer.
Yeah.
The perfect way. You know, the way it's meant to be. You know,
Right,
I can imagine them being that annoying in a bar.
Can you imagine what would have happened if Pep Guardiola actually went to Arsenal instead of Manchester City? Because that is like a football sexual
Simultaneous
awakening.
orgasm. Yeah.
It is that because Arsenal fans are just all it's there's the French influence like le monsieur,
Yeah.
you know, there's all of that happening, le beautiful, and then you have Pep Guardiola who also whenever he talks about football he talks as if he's having an orgasm while talking about football.
That's true.
You know,
That's
he's
true.
just like, yeah, it was beautiful. It was great. Like he never raises his voice.
Yeah.
And he did that thing against Nathan Redmond, I think it was last season, where he, after the game, City were playing Southampton, of course, and after the game, Guardiola goes to Redmond and is shouting at him.
Okay.
And when asked about it later, he said, I was shouting at him because he played so well.
Oh.
Like that's just like, तू कितना अच्छा खेलता है? तेको पता नहीं है? Like that's Guardiola for him. Like he's absolutely in love with the idea of football. Like
Yeah.
he does not need female attention or male if he's of
Yeah.
that sexual orientation, but I think he needs football.
Yeah.
He's football sexual. Like I don't know what the term for that would be. Soccer sexual. Like I don't.
Yeah. If you are a soccer sexual listening to this podcast, then do tag yourself and tag Amog as well.
Which will be we're creating a database.
We're creating a database
and keeping footballs away from you because they do not deserve to be penetrated by your genitals. They deserve to be kicked around.
Exactly. So,
but that was United Arsenal. Let's talk about the other games in the Premier League that were not as depressing as ours. Liverpool won 4-2 against Burnley. Burnley started off the scoring by scoring straight from a corner. Ashley Westwood's corner going straight in.
That
was a foul on Alisson though.
It's again like it's one of those 50-50 ones, right? They're given in some games, they aren't given.
He literally, like the defender, I think it was Tarkowski, if I'm not mistaken, who literally jumped on Alisson. Like used him as a support to jump by pulling him down.
I think Chris Smalling calls it defending.
I have no response to that. I can't even. I can't argue that. I can't argue that.
But I think they came back well. I think that's a sign of a championship side, right? Like
that is
a title winning side. That is come back from a goal down.
And all Liverpool can do now is hope to not slip up again. And just win on all their games and just hope that City slip up.
I think they have the easier title run in, right, than compared to City.
Slightly, yes.
So I feel it must feel shitty being a Liverpool fan because you have like one of the best seasons ever, right, for a team to have. And in like if you looked at like I don't know how many 30 years of the Premier League. So if you looked at like 29 years of the 30, you would have walked the title race. But then it's like sod's law that you're coming up with the one City side that is so perfect that you are still stuck in second. You know?
United knows what that's like
exactly
under Mourinho.
Oh, are you saying that again the title would be decided on a goal difference?
No, I'm saying last season when Mourinho's United came second.
With 81 points.
And he called it one of the best moments in his career coming second. Which was again like it's such a classic Mourinho thing.
Exactly. He would be like I think with Mourinho he I think everything he does seems great. Like if he's soccer sexual, then he's a narcissistic version of it.
He is completely.
You know, like once he threw those bottles after that Juventus game, right? I'm sure he would have looked at the replay. क्या फेंका यार bottle मैंने? मतलब क्या वो 360 spin देगा क्या?
उसका angle trajectory was correct.
So good, so perfect. That's Mourinho for you, right? Hey, on a side note, he's probably going to Real Madrid.
He's probably going back to Real Madrid. Funny thing, I was reading up some of the articles about that, and Karim Benzema has called for unity in the squad. and the headline actually was Benzema calls for squad unity amidst Mourinho rumors. And that just sounds like Benzema telling all the other teammates at Real Madrid saying, "Bhai log, we have to stick together because this fucker's coming back. Like we can all push him out."
It's their equivalent of Soja varna Mourinho aa jayega. You know, it's.
I think he will go back. Because
do you think he's on a beautiful like reunion tour like now with Chelsea?
I don't think he has any sort of emotional attachment to any club that he manages.
Absolutely
so
not.
There won't be any emotional reunion tour. There will just be a reunion tour. Like the emotional aspect of it will not be there.
He's the closest to a top class manager who enjoys it like a day job. You know, like ये लोग पैसा दे रहा है, मैं काम करेगा, मैं निकलेगा. That's Mourinho, right?
He's actually
he's an SBI employee masquerading as a manager.
So a former Tottenham left back, Benoit Asuekoto, famously
what a blast from a pass,
he famously once said that football is just a job for me. I don't enjoy it. It's like a 9 to 5 for me.
Oh, like it's interesting you mentioned that. So recently, this one, Son from Spurs, he had an interesting take on it. He's like, I'm never getting married while I'm playing football, because when you get married, your family and kids are the priority, and at this time I want football to be the number one priority.
Oh, that is just such a dil or dard wala statement.
Exactly. I think we can tag that as soccer sexual again.
Yeah, we can. At the same time, I can imagine Son having like orgies with like people because he's a Premier League footballer.
Or like the other ways, like the love of his life messages him, assuming he's straight. And he's like, let's get married. He's like, sorry. I have to play Southampton on Saturday. can't get this between us now, right? You know,
Son is essentially fucking Bhagat Singh. He's just like, Ammi, ab to Tottenham meri dulhan hai. Like, you know, he's meri shaadi tay ho chuki hai football ke saath.
Exactly.
So I think Tottenham fans are also just blocking any female attention to Son. Like, no, you're not fucking getting married while you're in your prime. We need you. Now he's blanked out a bit though. I mean, as we saw against Southampton. Southampton beat Spurs 2-1 and Son was on the bench getting some well-deserved rest.
Yes.
And he's not been making an impact as much, and neither have Spurs. Spurs historically have begun to bottle it.
Yes. And it's that time of the year again.
It's that time of the year for Spurs.
Yeah.
Two great goals again by Southampton. Fun fact was Southampton played United in the previous game week. The two goals that Southampton scored against us were Valerie, the right back, and Ward-Prowse through a free kick.
Yeah.
And it was the same two players who scored the two goals against Spurs. Valerie, albeit not as good a
Glorious,
goal. It was a very, it was a messy goal. Not like Lionel Messi, but like Messi with a Y, Messi goal.
Yeah.
But Ward-Prowse's free kick, fuck, that was... what a free kick taker.
He's in that zone where you don't know whether he's the next Beckham or next David Bentley.
Oh,
you know?
Harsh words. Harsh fucking words.
You have to wait for another 2 years to figure it out.
Yeah.
And but then again, I think every team needs a set piece specialist.
Yeah.
You can never be worse off with one.
Right.
I mean, like Stoke were never worse off with a throw-in specialist.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely. Yeah.
So this is a set piece specialist. I think they it's great. I mean, like it's such a great danger to have, and I feel now Southampton are one of those teams that you want to root for because like. There are certain teams you don't want them to get relegated. And I feel Southampton is one of them.
I do feel Southampton is one of them. And Hasenhutl's done a great job to, get some stability into the club and into the club.
Yeah.
He's done well to get some stability into
I think
the
that's
club.
how they pronounce it in German.
Clear. He's Austrian though.
Oh, okay.
But same.
Yeah, same. Pretty much.
Essentially the same country. Had World War II gone a certain way.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Except for one less crown prince shot in the head.
So I completely agree. Southampton is a club that I would love to stay up. Fulham is another club I would love to have stay up, but clearly not happening. They are destined.
Have you noticed how Fulham have done a Leeds without any of that Champions League qualification or like European football? They came in one season, spent a shitload of money, got relegated. That's Leeds' 10-year reign happening in one season for Fulham.
Yeah.
Right? And I find it brilliant though, right? Claudio Ranieri.
He was never the right man for the job.
A job again.
Never the right man.
How does he get a job so quickly? Like, I want his career trajectory.
I mean, he is Claudio Ranieri. He's won the league with Leicester.
Yes, that's true.
a great thing to put on your CV.
Yep. And I mean, like, but then, like, you thought, like, he got. I think he was in Nice. I think earlier this season. Started off with Nice, came to Fulham. Now is at Roma.
Yeah. I mean, Roma is a good option for him because Italian team. He's Italian.
He's ex-Roma
more
as well,
at home.
I think. But he's on the French league. He's on the Premier League. He's on the Serie A.
Yep.
He still has
super guy.
Last end of the season to do the La Liga in one season altogether. And
Real Madrid, could you be calling? Just see Ranieri see out the season.
I think that's worse than Benzema warning everyone that Mourinho is coming.
No, I'm sure Real Madrid, the players at least, would love to have Ranieri manage them.
Why do you say that?
Because he's just a good guy. He's a good guy manager.
He's a good guy manager. That's true.
Why wouldn't? But Real Madrid is a bad guy club, so I don't know how that would kind of.
I think you need to be a bit badass to be a Real Madrid.
Absolutely,
you don't have to.
Absolutely.
Yeah, good people aren't tolerated there.
No, not at
all.
Which is why Mourinho was such a good fit.
Yeah, it was a match made in heaven for those two.
Let's quickly talk about Newcastle versus Everton. Lovely turnaround by Newcastle. Everton going 2-0 up. In the midst of that, Jordan Pickford decided to stop playing football and start playing rugby for a split second. He just went at Rondon. Like he missed the ball. He dropped the catch essentially in cricket terms, and then just tackled Rondon. Like,
Yeah.
that should have been a red. Pickford should have been sent off there.
Yeah,
Because
but
he went on to save the penalty.
Yeah, but it's Pickford for me is one of those like classic like late 90s, early 2000s Premier League player.
Yeah.
Who, like, they would tackle that way all the time back
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
They're like, oh, that's just Premier League football. You have to
It's a
toughen up,
contact
son.
sport.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All of that, right?
Yeah.
And then they had like years of failure in Champions League football and like internationally. And they realized, wait, the world doesn't play the same way as we do. So we need to adapt now,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And that's what Pickford is now for me.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I feel extremely overrated as a goalkeeper. If he weren't English.
Overrated?
Yeah, extremely overrated, I feel.
Who would you have be the number one goalkeeper in the England setup over Pickford?
That's like that. I mean, he's the number one goalkeeper in England, maybe deservedly so. I do feel those.
Although, I mean, the England setup has Tom Heaton and Nick Pope behind.
Exactly.
Both of those
are
really good keepers.
It's like saying which Kacha Limbu would you take in your team? Ideally none.
Right.
I'd like someone good, but he's the best that England
Fair,
has.
yeah,
Right?
fair.
And I don't know. Like, I just feel like he's a good shot stopper.
He is.
But he's like now goalkeeping as a position has evolved so much that it's way beyond shot swapping, right? Distribution has never been so important in goalkeeping as it is now.
Yeah.
And Pickford is never going to do that ever in your team.
Yeah.
He's just the guy who's going to just belt it forward like a madman.
Yeah, and speaking of Pickford being a short stopper, that's the one thing that he absolutely sucked at against Everton. He was just making mistakes. He was just not able to hold on to the ball. He wasn't parrying the ball away as well as he should.
Yeah.
Like the goal from Jose Perez, I believe it was. I think Rondon took a shot.
And follows.
He just dropped it straight in the path of Perez. Who
Yeah, that's
slotted it in.
goalkeeping 101, right?
That's
You parried
goalkeeping
on the
101.
side. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. And on the other side, like even Tom Heaton against Liverpool made a bunch of blunders.
Yeah.
Distributing the kick straight to Salah. It
Yeah.
was just a bad day for goalkeepers.
I agree. I think except for
general.
Leno, I think no one else had a really outstanding week.
Nobody.
I mean, but do you feel Newcastle is one of the teams that you like want to do well?
I do.
Yeah, it's just such a great club, right?
It's a great club. It's a club with a lot of history. It's a fantastic stadium.
Yeah.
One club, one city.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
Sunderland is also
Sunderland,
there, but
but
close
it's
by.
not the same city.
Yeah,
it's still like
it's a tiny
next
tease,
door.
right? Yeah.
But yeah, like, people love the club. It's got a massive fan following.
Yeah.
They've been in the Champions League and they need to be back up there.
Yeah,
again.
in contention, at least in like the Europa League positions.
And with Rafa Benitez as manager, this is the best manager they can get.
Oh,
A
it's
club
the best manager any team aside from the top 6 can get.
Absolutely, yeah. And I think the problems just come down to Mike Ashley being an absolute cunt about this club.
Yep. I mean, it's so great, right? With Mike Ashley, you'd think that is a boyhood fan of the club.
Yeah.
Is a rich billionaire or whatever, multimillionaire, right?
Yeah.
It's like the perfect setting for an owner, right? That's how every club would want an owner.
Yeah.
And then you realize that he just like fucked it up by just
Absolutely.
Now I think he hates the club. I think
Pretty much, he just wants to let go of it. Like,
I think somewhere he wants he likes Sunderland. That's how much he hates the club, right?
Yeah.
And that's why like never make your hobby or day job. That's Mike actually is the absolute epitome of it.
Absolutely. But that was the roundup of the matches that took place in the previous game week. And with that, we move to our next segment, which is called Fun Stuff in Football.
This is fun stuff. This is fun stuff. This is fun stuff in football.
We have a packaging for that. But the theme for Fun Stuff in Football this week has been streakers.
Yes.
Not streakers, especially because they were not naked,
Yeah.
but pitch invaders.
Yes.
Because 2 instances, a pitch invader invaded the pitch against
You
United.
don't say, Amog.
The cutting edge journalism right here. No, but there was a pitch invader at the Emirates who came on, I think, after the second goal was scored.
after the second goal,
And he pushed Smalling or something
Yeah.
like that, which was just, I mean,
I mean,
if this is your way of responding to Lingard calling your stadium the dance floor, then I mean, sure, I guess.
Of all the players he chooses to push, he chose Chris Smalling, like one of the bulkiest guys on the pitch. Right? Like you could have gone for Fred.
Yeah, Alexis was injured. Otherwise, we all would have known who the target would have been.
Yeah. I mean, if Alexis were not injured and someone pushed him as invading the pitch, he'd have still gone down and declared himself 6 weeks.
Absolutely.
in the-
Although had Alexis played and had this pitch invader pushed Alexis, I would have
Yeah, banta hai.
silently cheered for the pitch invader. I'd be like,
yeah.
oh, well done.
During that moment, everyone was an Arsenal supporter. Everyone is playing beautiful football.
Yeah. That was the one instance. The second instance, of course, was down in the championship in the Birmingham derby between Aston Villa and Birmingham City, where a fan came down and punched Jack Grealish. Punched him from behind. And Grealish didn't do anything. Fair play to him. Grealish just
He ended up scoring a goal at the end.
he ended up scoring a goal.
the
That was the
winner,
best way to respond. But the rest of the Aston Villa players just surrounded him and they wanted to rip him to shreds. And the stewards kind of took him away. And of course, both these supporters have been given lifetime bans by their respective clubs, and both the clubs have issued apologies to Chris Smalling and Jack Grealish.
Yeah.
So it's been taken care of. But there really needs to be more of a security system at games that it makes you wonder.
Yeah, I read this thing where like most stewards in the football match are actually volunteers. It's not the actual police force that's used there. It's volunteers. So, I mean, volunteering is just another way of saying that I have free tickets to the match, right?
Which is also weird because the stewards have to have their backs facing the which is just the worst thing to do.
it's like you are there at the stadium, but still watching the match on radio.
Yeah. He was like, hey man, you were at the stadium. Yeah. Did you see Pogba do that trick?
Yeah.
No man, I was seeing Fat Joe eating his pie in OZ.
Yeah. I mean, Fat Joe had great technique, in fairness. I mean,
the way he handled that hot pie. Sublime.
Yeah, sublime. I mean, all the way from La Masia, I think that's where he learned it. But I totally feel I'd be a pitch invader if I were.
Really?
Yeah, because like the kind of money that's there for ticket prices to watch a football match, right? It's like somewhat of 50-60 pounds for Arsenal or something. That's maximum, right?
Yeah.
And if after spending 60 pounds, like close to like $6,000, if I get like a shitty seat at the back,
right,
I would want my paisa vasool, right? And what is the best way to do that? Just invade the pitch.
Now
right?
here's the thing, okay? I'm gonna rebut your argument in 2 steps.
Yeah.
Number 1, if you've got a shit seat right at the back, you have to come all the way down.
That's true.
To invade.
You have to be a professional pitch invader.
No, yeah, which is tough because you won't be allowed to get from one section to the other. Yeah. Because there's always barricades. Right? Every quadrant has a little bit of a barricade. Yeah. So after a point, you'll hit a railing and you won't physically able to, unless you jump down, which is stupid. So you have to be really close to the pitch.
Yeah.
Secondly, if you do manage to successfully invade the pitch, you're going to get a lifetime ban. You're never going to get to enter that stadium or any other stadium for that matter. Yeah. So wouldn't you rather spend £60 and watch the game, take Instagram videos, just like do the things that normal fans do,
Point
and
noted.
then
Point
perhaps spend £60 more the next week.
So do it in the last ever football match that you watch. All right.
Yeah, like an 88-year-old.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, and fair do. I think if you're 88 and you invade the pitch, I think you should be allowed to be in the pitch. I think you should be allowed. Yeah, you should be allowed.
Because what are you going to do? Like,
exactly.
What? I mean, like, can you imagine just like an 88-year-old guy just invading the pitch with his IV drip, with a wheelchair, just like going towards Chris Smalling and then trying to push Smalling, but nothing's happening. And suddenly there's like a cardiac arrest warning happening. So there's like, the stretchers coming out from behind. It's a very elaborate pitch invasion.
It is a very elaborate pitch invasion. I think it's if that were the script of Goal 3, then I'd definitely watch it.
Yeah. I think also you wanting to be a pitch invader comes down to your 90s upbringing when you saw that Dairy Milk ad.
Which is a Dairy Milk ad?
The iconic 90s Dairy Milk ad where that girl who's watching a cricket match in the stands eats a Dairy Milk and decides to invade the pitch and go to the batsman who's her boyfriend or something. And, and she's just like dancing around the pitch while the cops are trying to chase her, but she evades them with the power of her dance moves.
Oh, fuck. I mean,
You have no idea what I'm
No,
talking about.
I vaguely remember this. But then the only thought that came to mind is Anushka Sharma has new life goals. And
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like this random girl
Exactly, yeah.
could do this in what probably was a Ranji Trophy match in the 90s.
Yeah.
Are you going to follow through on the biggest cricket stage in the world? Ball's in your court, Anushka. What are you going to do about this?
Yeah. And you
World
are
Cup's coming up. Now's the time.
yeah,
Chop,
we
chop.
all need encouragement, Anushka.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Okay. But what I miss the days where, like football fans would have a fight outside the stadium. What is this? The fight start in the stadium itself.
Yeah,
and
it's-
outside the stadium with opposition fans, right?
Yeah.
Now it's happening like hooliganism is happening with the
Straight to the
players while
players,
the
yeah.
match is on.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not even waiting till full time anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, that's when I think hooliganism is a priority for British fans,
Right.
English fans. And
It
the
is.
match तो चलता रहेगा यार.
हाँ.
क्या वो तो कल भी
कुछ
है.
मसाला
परसों-
डालना चाहिए इसमें.
मसाला चाहिए, वही हाँ.
Promo moment किधर है? Which is, I think that explains streaking, because if you run out naked,
Yeah.
you have crowd support because everybody's cheering you because you're naked.
Yeah.
And it becomes really awkward for the stewards to tackle you,
Yeah.
because if I were a steward, I wouldn't want
Oh, yeah,
to inadvertently touch
Especially a
somebody's
volunteer
bits.
steward wasn't paid anything.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
so-
I wouldn't. I would be like, this is way above my pay grade. I can't do this. Like, fuck it.
exactly. Yeah.
I'm just going to look at the rest of the people in this crowd.
Yeah.
You guys deal with this
Also,
shit.
I think it'll be a great way for managers to fuck with players. Like just if I in the middle of a football match saw a naked guy in front of me,
Yeah.
I'd be scarred. It's a great counter tactical move. That's why I come to think of it, like Messi has probably never come across a streaker. Otherwise, he'd be like 300 goals less for the good, I feel.
Yeah. Speaking about more fun stuff in football, this is a story like a few days old now, which takes us back to United versus PSG, because I need to remember some positive things to get through this week. But basically what happened was the PSG fans are so salty about losing that they've now they've started to like clutch at straws.
Yeah.
And they've started to complain to UEFA, saying they should be qualifying for the quarterfinals in place of Manchester United, because Mason Greenwood, who made his Champions League debut in that game,
Okay.
came on
Huh.
with the lettering on his shirt being that of the PSG kits. So this is what happened.
Okay.
The United kit man wasn't sure if Greenwood was going to make a debut. And Greenwood is like, what, 17, 18 years old? He's a
17,
child.
Yeah.
You wouldn't fault the kit man to believe that, yeah, he's not going to get a run out in what is probably the most important match thus far in
Yeah.
this season.
Yeah.
But Solskjaer decided to put Greenwood on.
Yeah.
And
I can imagine the kit man. Yeah.
the kit man basically had to go to the PSG club shop
Huh.
and get like
like a
leftover lettering to spell Greenwood.
Okay.
And the numbers 54 and print that on Greenwood's jersey because it wasn't ready. So some people actually saw the difference between the lettering on the rest of the United players and on Greenwood.
Yeah.
And they started complaining to UEFA about it. And I'm just like, losers.
That is brilliant. I like how PSG fans were like, listen, we are okay with the multiple millions being laundered through shell companies.
Yeah.
We are okay with ruining the transfer market forever.
Yeah.
We are okay with shitting on every other club in Liga, all right? And completely like dominating everyone financially.
Yeah.
But if you spell
the
lettering on the back of your shirt with a different font, boy,
you
are we
deserve
good.
to be knocked out of the Champions League.
Yeah, it was great to see like Marseille fans, right, this weekend. They had a banner up, something to the effect of like I mean, come on, Man United 3-1. Fuck you, QSG, which is like Qatar Saint-Germain, right? Like, so it's great how like you spend $1 billion or so in building this club, and still your biggest issue is that. I mean, somewhere, I mean, like you have to say. Actually, Cantona made a great point where he said that Neymar, right? He's such a fair weather player because like this is what the second season in a row where he's missing the knockouts for PSG. And I mean, when you spend a world record fee, right?
Yeah.
You expect a player like him to be there for most important games.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is twice in a year. Now the rest of the season he can just take an off, right? Like
Yeah,
Neymar
exactly.
can just
Like,
chill now.
who do you need Neymar? Sorry, who do you need Neymar for in the league anyway? Against Nice, against Rouen,
Yeah.
Ghana?
Against Croissant, against Baguette. Who do you need him with?
Like, there's literally no opposition to PSG in League.
Exactly. There is no one. I mean, like the only way they can have an opposition is if Qatar decides to buy another club just
Yeah,
for
exactly.
funsies,
Just
like,
to like divide the monopoly.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's fucking weird. Last story that I want to talk about is a story that's closer to home. Of course, Mumbai City played FC Goa in the semi-finals of the ISL, the first leg at the Mumbai Football Arena. We lost 5-1, which is
Oh,
painful.
really? I didn't follow that. 5-1?
Yeah, we lost 5-1.
Oh, damn.
And just really bad errors. But the news is
Huh?
that the City Football Group, the company that owns Manchester City and New York City FC, and I believe,
And a bunch of shell companies and a
and a few
oil rigs.
They also own a club in Australia. I forget the name. I think it's Brisbane City FC, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
They are now looking to make an investment in India.
Okay.
And the club that they're looking at is Mumbai City FC.
Wow.
Because we already wear blue. We already have City in our name.
Yeah.
And we probably got one of the best fan bases.
Yeah.
And so Man City are thinking of investing in Mumbai City.
How does that make you feel, Amog, as a Mumbai
It makes me feel really bad. It makes me feel really bad because there's two news reports about ownership in different parts of the world that are fucking my head right now. One is Man City trying to invest in my local football team.
Yeah.
And the Saudi Crown Prince trying to invest in Man United.
Yeah.
And I want both of those things to not happen. I mean, the Glazers are shit, but I would any day prefer a capitalist American family over a fucking Saudi Arabian maniacal regime. Fuck that.
No, I actually wanted Mohammed bin Salman to buy Man United.
Why?
Because imagine like a press conference where someone asks Solskjaer, hey, are there any problems between you and Pogba? And that reporter never sees the light of day ever
Yeah,
again.
he just like you might need to enter the Turkish embassy.
Yeah,
please.
exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's you can the main exits from the Old Trafford press room are now shut. Everyone, please go to the Turkish embassy exit right there, right? But I don't know. I feel like
Mohammed bin Salman should not be allowed to buy a piece of bread. Like he's fuck. I can't.
But it's great, right? Like how basically what the world is saying is that listen, you can conduct as many human rights violations in your home countries as you want, right? Just buy a football club to balance it out, right? That's all we ask of you, right? Yeah, just buy a football club, get the best players. It's fine. Kill a few journalists. That's okay. That's perfectly fine as long as we get to see Mbappe play for us.
And on that hopeful note, it is time to end this episode. Thank you, Sriraam, for coming.
Thank you so much for having me.
Give a huge shout out to Prashant Soni, who produces this podcast. You can follow him on Instagram and Twitter. You can follow Sriraam on Instagram at
Sriraam P, SRIRAMP.
And you can follow him on Twitter at
Sriraam P, SRIR. It's the same spelling.
It's the same spelling. And you can follow him on Facebook at
Sriraam P Sriraam. Oh, it's a bit different, guys.
Holy shit, changing it around. Sriraam Padmanabhan.
It's my move from 442 to 42131.
You can follow me on Instagram at Amog Randive, on Twitter at Amog Randive, and on Facebook at Amog Randive Comedy. And please do write into us, give us a good review, rate us on Apple Podcasts. You can listen to this on any podcasting platform. Share the word, spread the love, watch football, and fuck Arsenal. That's it from Corner Flag for this week. We'll see you next Tuesday. Bye. But we don't have Mukesh in the studio because he's out for work. Instead, we have Sriraam Padmanabhan. Say hello to... Sorry, I'm going to take that again. We have Sriraam Padmanabhan. Fuck. Why is your surname so fucking tough? And my surname is Randive. Okay.
This is definitely going in the bloopers.
Yeah, this is definitely going in the bloopers. Take 3. Yeah, I don't know if we need to take that again, Prashant. Oh, okay, cool. I've just paused the podcast for no fucking reason then.